Now to the dramatic testimony in a New Jersey courtroom today. Applause erupted when Clark.
I wonder if the guy actually did it, because it says that he was accused of molestation.
Fredericks pleaded guilty to fatally stabbing the man he says molested him as a.
Oh, okay. Well, then that's probably. I mean, I guess I guess we don't know for sure, but I mean, probably did it.
Child, a man who was his Boy Scout leader and a family friend. CBS 2's Dave Carlin reports on the case that has.
It's so unfortunate because I'm an Eagle Scout. Like, I was very into Boy Scouts. I'm an Eagle Scout, which most of you know what that means for the most part. Like, I basically finished Boy Scouts. I'm looking for the cap to this water. But I was also like an Order of the Arrow Brotherhood member, which is like Boy Scouts within Boy Scouts. Like, I was in Boy Scouts. Like, I was really into it, and we never had an issue like this in there. But it's so unfortunate that stuff like this like really hurts the messaging of the Boy Scouts because it makes people look bad. And the overwhelming majority of people of Scoutmasters have never done this, but it makes the Boy Scouts look really bad, especially by association. And I like the Boy Scouts. I think it's like a really good place to learn some like values and learn some like learn how to be like a boy. Learn how to be a man, really. I mean, I feel like it puts some fucking hair on your nuts, you know? Probably not the right way to say. And it teaches you structure. And it gives you like a really good outlet. You play with fire and stuff. It's pretty cool. It's really fun. And it's really unfortunate because stuff like this happens. And the Boy Scouts is already so like weirdly underrepresented. Like there's so many people in the Girl Scouts. The Girl Scouts are very like modern, or not modern, but they're very like signal boosted, I guess you'd say. I'm not finding the right words that I want to use, but very mainstream. That's the word I think I want to use. Especially with you go to the store, they sell cookie ice cream. It's like, what the fuck? Boy Scouts don't have shit, And I feel like it's such a good place to go to, but unfortunately, it's kind of dying. And this is one of the reasons why, man.
As many asking, was Clark Fredericks right or wrong?
If it happened, he was definitely right.
From the time that I was 8 years old until I was...
Can you join the Boy Scouts as a girl? I think that you can. I think that you can join the Boy Scouts as a girl. My uncle is still pretty active, or maybe he just stepped down. My cousins are also Eagle Scouts, so my uncle was very active in the troop, and he stayed active in the troop even after they eagled out. Because my uncle was very community. A lot of my family is very community driven. My understanding, and this is what he told me because he was still involved when they passed the bill, or the bill. I don't know if it's a bill or whatever. They passed whatever change. I think, and I could be wrong, I think what they did is they made it so girls can join the Boy Scouts, but they have to be part of a girls-only troop. I think. I could be wrong. As a girl, I joined the Boy Scouts with your boyfriend. Did you? Okay, maybe I'm wrong, but that's the way that it was explained to me, and I could be wrong. Yeah, the rule was changed a couple of years ago. Yeah, that was how it was explained to me. I think that's what it is. I could totally be wrong. I know that they already have like a merged boy-girl scouts. I think it's called like the Venture Scouts or something. Oh, cringe, am I right? I don't know, man. Personally, I feel like I'm totally fine with segregating boys and girls. I think young boys and young girls are a little different. Young boys are more, I don't know, they like to beat the shit out of each other. Bro, we used to beat the fuck out of each other. But it was fun, We were kids. That's how I got my outlet of aggression out, man. We would go around and we would find sticks and we'd hit each other in the legs with them and shit. It was bad, but it was like good, Like young, I don't know, man. I feel like young guys need to just be insane and obnoxious. That's just me. We just beat the fuck out of each other all the time. And we played like shit like Red Rover and stuff. We'd light fires and like burn ourselves on accident. But you learned. You learned. It was a good time, man. It was a good time. I
was 12 years old. I was sexually assaulted and raped by Dennis Peck.
Secrets revealed in this Sussex County, New Jersey courtroom. Wow. Confessed killer Clark Fredericks delivered a detailed gut-wrenching account.
I wouldn't call him a killer at all. It's a justice.
Of what he says happened to him as a child and what he did about it 3 decades later.
It started out with him wanting to touch my scar that I had from open heart surgery at the age of 6. And eventually led to him raping me.
Jesus Christ.
This is the man he's talking about, ex-Scoutmaster Dennis Pegg,
What a
who
piece of shit,
Frederick
bro.
stabbed to death. No evidence of the childhood abuse was ever produced, but other
Well, how the fuck do you have evidence? Like, listen. Because, like, there is a possibility that this guy's lying. I don't see how. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I don't know what would drive somebody for 30 years later to stab somebody to death if they were lying. I just don't believe that they are. They could have been. I don't know, but I just don't think that they were lying. I'm just saying.
Other men made similar allegations. Friends in the courtroom sobbed as Fredericks talked about Pegg torturing animals, then threatening to do the same to him if he told.
No one would ever believe my word over his.
Then, as an adult, he says feelings of shame kept him.
Yeah, man, especially back then, like, we were so much, like, more behind on the, conversation about this stuff. People would always brush it off. It's terrible.
Quiet.
But this got so bad that even South Park made an episode about that. And that was like, this is 30 years ago with this. That South Park episode came out like 10, 15, 20 years ago, you know?
That was until the trial started for serial child molester and former Penn State coach Jerry Sandusky.
My reaction to seeing Sandusky get out of that car with his lawyer was that Dennis Pegg would never be held accountable. My shell cracked. My mind was flooded with images, memories, anger.
Fredericks told the court his friend Bob Reynolds drove them here to Pegg's house on Millbrook Road in Stillwater. The front door was open, and Fredericks walked in.
At the end, I slit his throat.
No apologies, but his guilty plea on charges of passion, provocation, manslaughter avoids a murder charge. As he left the courtroom, this eruption of applause.
Good.
For coming out.
That's horrible, man. Like, this guy, that's horrible. And it's like, I mean, obviously, like, listen, see, here's the thing, is like, this is one of those uncomfortable conversations to have, because I understand that based on our justice system, like, I don't know if there's no way that you could prove that it happened, and there has to be some form of a punishment. And I get it. You know, you can't go around taking the law into your own hands. I totally get that. And I understand he's probably going to get some kind of a punishment, and I hope it's really light. But just morally and emotionally, dude, like, good. You know what I mean? Like, the guy deserved it. Like, you can't, you going around doing this shit. It's horrible. It's so horrible. And this guy, not only he did it, and then he sat down and he's like, yeah, this was my heart. Dude, this guy had opened up his experience to, like, this video has 679,000 views. It's great. You know what I mean? Like, that's how many people he ought to open up to. That's not easy. That's crazy.
Out and standing up for himself.
No one related to Pegg made any public statements. The prosecutors who agreed to the plea deal hope this brings closure.
And we feel it.
This guy does have kind of a butthead, though, if you see us. Sorry.
Close.
He's got a little bit of a fanny on his head. I'm sorry. I know it's a little inappropriate. It's a little rude, but
And we feel it is a fair and appropriate result, given all the circumstances.
The judge said the sentence, anywhere from 5 to 10 years in prison, will be announced in September. At the Sussex County Courthouse, Dave Carlin, CBS 2 News.
The man Clark Fred.
okay. Well, you know. It's what it is, man. Like, it's what happens when you fuck around. Don't be fucking touching kids and you won't get your shit rocked. That's all I have to say. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and another special shout out to all my Patreon and Twitch subs. If you'd like to support this channel further than you already have by just watching the video alone, go down to the links below where you can sub on my Patreon, which will allow you to get your name on this beautiful black wall. Or you can go to the Twitch page and you can actually use a free Amazon Prime sub, if you have Amazon Prime, to subscribe. Thank you very much, guys. Take care.